Now, students are being pushed into poverty to complete their studies, with many considering dropping out because of financial pressures. That's the conclusion of a new report by the National Union of Students.
More than £5 million of support has been announced today by the Scottish Government, but as the cost of living rises, there are fears the cash will not be enough, as Sophie Wallace reports.
Harun is a third-year student at the University of Stirling. In between lectures, he works part-time to pay for his rent and other household bills. But with costs expected to rise significantly in the next few months, he's facing some tough decisions.
I mean, it's difficult. If I work one day, I probably come home stressed. When you have financial difficulties, it impacts your mental health, etc. And you start thinking, how important is uni, if I can't provide for myself? I think engagement from students is just going to go downhill from now on if you're having to worry about more important things like actually providing for yourself to live, day to day. Like, there's a certain point where you have priorities in your life, and university for some people is an important priority. But even for those people, I think when you can't afford to put the heating on and you're freezing every single night, there becomes like a point in which you have to make those hard decisions.
Situations like Harun's aren't unique. According to a study by the National Union of Students, nearly half are working up to 20 hours a week on top of their studies to pay for things like rent, food and gas and electricity. 2/3 say they've experienced mental health problems because they're worried about financial issues, while a third have considered dropping out altogether because of money worries.
More than £5 million of support is being made available by the Scottish Government to help students who are struggling, but there are fears it won't go far enough.
The support from the Scottish Government now doesn't really touch the sides of what's necessary just now. 65% of students who applied for hardship funding either didn't receive enough money or didn't receive any money at all. So that's not the solution to this problem. What we need to see is real structural adjustments to make sure that students are supported to live comfortably.
Despite access to more funding, the rising costs of bills, which has no end in sight, means students like Harun are still nervous about their financial future. Sophie Wallace, STV News.